What do you pretend to enjoy to keep the peace but secretly can't stand? My wife has the worst taste in perfumes. I mean terrible. Whenever she picks out perfume it makes her smell like a 75-year-old church lady. It's always been this way. We've been together for 24 years. I've talked to her about it several times but she just will not catch on to the fact that her perfume gives me the SX Panther reaction. I bought her perfume but it quickly disappeared and geriatric flower mist comes back with a new label. She's so excited when she finds a new one, it just breaks my heart when she sprays out the scent of quilting bees and funerals for my approval. I don't give her my approval. And I make her roll the window down in the car. But I try not to cough and run away when she puts some on. My wife eats her bedtime snack in bed and she sounds like her old garbage disposal with glass and the bones of small children in it. Hanging out with my wife's LGBT friends during college was always a drag. Not because they were gay, but because being gay was all they seemed able to talk about. It was just always incredibly boring. Except for the two nerdy dudes who hosted their own Minecraft server and liked to talk about computers and electronics with me. You guys made those gatherings at least bearable and I hope you're both still banging each other right now. Idiot coworkers. Pretending not to know what my girlfriend's parents are saying when they switch to German. Update. I will update everyone on letting them know I speak German. Just hold your breath, I don't know when the next time I'll see them will be. Gamma Shows. I live with my 66-year-old dad, 82-year-old great uncle and 87-year-old grandmother. So many Gamma Shows. My dad's cooking. He doesn't have a sense of smell or taste, so everything he makes is seasoned way too much or not at all. It's awful. It's never a "is it good?" It is always "so how bad is it?" Double quote. Family gatherings. They make me anxious. Everyone talks over each other. And some of my in-laws have children I literally cannot stand. But I have to pretend to be all excited. Bring a side. And act like I'm enjoying all the commotion. Gag me. Talking with my mom. I know she needs the weekly calls and I'll let her pour her heart out even though I'm not interested in her love life at all. Mediocre food at a restaurant when everyone else is enjoying themselves. When someone else says their food is good, I just keep the thought this Italian food is shit to myself. My sister-in-law. My brother works hard and brings home more than $200k a year, but she's always complaining that her friend's husband earns more. When he comes home from work, he does the cooking, dishes, bathes the kids, and put them to sleep while she's on her ass watching TV, and her reasoning is she had to watch the kids all day so she deserves some rest. And by watch the kids all day, she means she dropped them off and picked them up from daycare Montessori. Weekends, he does the chores and she doesn't want to hire a housekeeper because she doesn't want a stranger in her house touching her things. I brought it up a couple of times during the few rare times I was able to have a small drink with him. But he absolutely hates the conversation and uses bullshit logic to defend his wife. He acts so positively about it. But I have a feeling he's already dead inside. So I don't bring it up anymore and smile when I see that bitch. Whenever my sisters come over they try to spruce my place up and always give me backhanded comments hinting why my apartment isn't perfectly clean. I just smile and wave. When people in my school talk about political matters, yet are not at all educated on anything to do with it, and are speaking out of their asses. Pictures of friends' babies on social media. I am supposed to appear interested at seeing 20 posts of your baby per day in a different outfit scenario. Listening to my sauce fantasies during sex. It turns them on to talk about it. But I don't enjoy hearing how they would include my friends in our sex life. People who bring their non-service dogs everywhere they go. Murder crime shows or movies. My wife loves them and I just meh. I like SVU a lot. But even that I can't watch non-stop. But I hate almost all others. But I'll just play on my phone. Cuddle the dogs. Or whatever while she watches them. Cuddling. My wife loves it. She is extremely affectionately needy, so I give it to her. But Jesus Christ, it's boring as hell. Just laying there. Not doing shit but holding each other. I don't mind cuddling at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. But she sometimes wants to just lay in bed in the middle of the day on the weekend and snuggle. She knows I hate that. But I'll do it for a while just to please her. My husband's family has really weird taste in food. So anytime we are going to a holiday gathering with them, we pre-game the meal at home with our own food. Then load up small plates with absolute unrelated nonsense and circulate the room, dropping tidbits in the garbage anytime we're out of line of sight. I'm talking mountains of off-brand hummus with off-brand stale cheese crackers. Boiled but unseasoned meats cold. 500,000 veggie chips with a single thimbleful of dip. Random heaps of vegetables with no serving spoon. Individual containers of already dressed salad with no explanation what's involved in the salad. And no menu coordination whatsoever. They don't even seem to like the food. As we are the only ones who get plates of it. I really don't understand the whole process, but I'm not really invested enough to try to get to the bottom of it. The Academy Awards. My mom loves it and we watch it every year. It's like an event. I have to go over to her place and start watching the walk-ins at like 2 p.m. Plus I'm not at all interested in the show itself. My mom thinks it awesome. Though. And she assumes that since I love film I'll love it too. But it's just a bunch of wankers patting themselves on the back. And most films that resonate with me don't even get nominated. But my mom loves it. She cooks a special meal and it's like an event. So I act like I enjoy it and actually do enjoy seeing her happy. Flamboyantly gay people. I have no problem people sexually attracted to the same sex. But I mean people who seriously won't shut up about being trans, queer, gay. Like people who base their entire life and personality around their sexuality. This includes straight people. As well. The problem with holding this opinion is as soon as you voice it, you are labeled as a witch. Or bigot. Same difference. Also, hello to all the people that read this far past the first 3 words without drive-by downvoting me. Edit. Clarity. And eloquency. My mother's health obsession. She's constantly telling me how I'm gonna die for half the choices I make and controlling what I eat to the best of her ability. I pretend I'm fine with it and order pizza on the weekends and gasp wear deodorant before I'm about to go somewhere. I will also get all the vaccinations I need when I'm older because I live in fear of getting a deadly disease and hearing. This could have been prevented by the vaccination. Double quote. My boss brings in day-old donuts, cookies, etc. He acts like he is amazing for doing so and just loves when people eat them. I always take one and then throw it directly in the trash when he's not looking. He feels like he did a good deed and I don't have to eat that shit. My brother's company. He will literally talk at me for hours about his opinions on politics, the news, Muslims, black people, how I'm an idiot because I didn't know this random fact he heard on the telly this morning, which is normally wrong, what he'd do if he ran the country. The list is both endless and yet weirdly repetitive. If you try and counter his point of view then he gets really nasty. So Christmas was a delightful experience of 4 fucking hours of him preaching from his pulpit. It's gotten to the point, because I can't cut him off as much as I'd like to, as my family still want to see his kids, where I invented a bingo card with topics instead of numbers that you tick off when he starts talking about them. Sometimes I feel like a BTCH for doing it, but the rest of my family were playing it over the holidays and seemed to really enjoy it, so there is that. The right opinions when among strangers and larger public functions. If you speak too freely someone will get butthurt and cause a scene instead of quietly and politely disagree. Being religious. In the South surrounded by conservative Christians I just follow along. In reality I'm an atheist that fears losing a job that I love over religion. My friend group's sense of humor outside of jokes. Sometimes when we're bored we'll plug in a Chromecast and watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Besides me and my best friend's videos. 90% of them were Minecraft animations and video game song parodies, and I was just blown away over how cringy half of the shit was, especially since I've known these kids for years and we're all in college. Whenever someone wants to take the lead on fixing something in a social setting. I work in IT and I'm pretty intuitive in general. And half the time I might actually be able to help. But I know some people have their pride about these things. So I'll just watch and wait. The Hamilton soundtrack. My housemates are all musical type people, and I guess to an extent I like some musicals. But they listen to the Hamilton soundtrack all of the damn time. We live in Ireland, so Hamilton hasn't even come here yet. But they know every word to every song through repeated playing, which I'm pretty sure is like 40 songs. In the shower. Hamilton. Doing dishes. Hamilton. Ironing. Hamilton. Cleaning the house. Hamilton. Everything. Hamilton. I don't say anything because I don't want to be that guy who polices what my housemates can listen to, and it would also just invite the possibility that they might tell me to stop doing something that I do often that secretly pisses them off too. Stalemate. Some of my friends. After graduating high school, most of them dropped like flies. They wouldn't call or text for months. But will randomly invite me to have group gatherings. After a while I've come to realize how shallow and fake some of them were. I was kind of the mediator in the group when we were in high school. Whenever these girls had a fight, they'd come to me to vent or tell me to choose sides. Honestly. Back then I called them childish, and now that I see that nothing has changed, I'm asking myself why I'm even friends with them. They're still talking shit behind each other's backs. They're still doing petty things to each other. Yet at the end of the day they'll smile and pretend like everyone was made to be each other's sister. As the one always in the middle. I thought it was ridiculous and a waste of my time. But now I just see I'm being a hypocrite. Who knows if they're talking about me too? We don't even have the same interest or hobbies. We have nothing in common other than the fact that we were friends in high school. I honestly want to cut it off, but I was never good at making friends and was kind of a loner back then, and even now. I just don't want to be alone. But their company is suffocating me at the same time.